Welcome to the tutorial. If you want the project files from this video, they'll be available for purchase on my fourth wall page via the link in the description. There you'll also find the font that we're using in today's project. So here's our reference on the left, here's our project on the right, here's what they look like when we play them side by side. So how do we make this thing? Well, the elements that we need to make are the YouTube play button, we have our text, and then we have our background. So three really simple elements. We're gonna get started off first with the YouTube play button. And all we did was took a SB spline and we just created the general YouTube play button shape here. After that, we took an S polygon and we created the triangle that goes inside of our YouTube play button. We're gonna connect both of those using an S boolean. We're gonna make sure that the B spline is connected into the background input. We're gonna make sure the S polygon is connected into the foreground input. Then we change our operation modes to subtract and our style mode to replace. This is gonna make it so that when we add our S boolean into our viewer, we're creating a little cutout of our button here. Then we're gonna throw all of it into an S render so that we can actually start moving it around with a transform node so that it can mimic the same movements that we have in our reference. Now for the color animation, this was very simple. I just went to the frame where we have our color change from red to white, and then I made sure to pick screen color, select my YouTube red, and then we added a keyframe, went over to the next frame, and just changed our color to white as in our reference. After that, it was a simple matter to animate the center property of our transform right here. And if I pull up our spline editor right here and enable our actual spline, we can see this is what our animation looks like. So when we actually begin moving, we start off a little bit smooth, and then we have this spike of movement before smoothing out right at the very end. So boom, just like that. To help complete the entire thing, we're gonna go into the settings page of our transform and we're gonna check off motion blur. Now, motion blur is a very heavy effect in DaVinci Resolve. So if you click this button and your computer starts chugging like a steam locomotive, that's completely normal. So after I check off motion blur, you can change all these settings to match, or you can play with them yourself. One of the things you'll notice about the motion blur is that it only generates when there is actual motion. So if you click this and you're like, oh, there's no motion right away, just move to a frame where you have a ton of movement, like right here, and you'll notice that we're getting a ton of blur in the spots where it matters. So there is our motion blur. So now that we have the YouTube play button done, it's time to create our text. Now the text is very easy, very straightforward. All we had to do was find a font that looked similar to our reference, which in this case is Etrusco Now Condensed. Then we went into the layout tab of our text and we moved our text over to the left here because it's going to shoot out from the right side of the YouTube play button. So you can see we've got the SLA, everything slowly coming out from the side of the play button. And so that is exactly the same motion that we wanted to mimic right here. So as our center animates right here, you can see we have the same kind of motion going whoop, just like that. And for the color, we went into the shading tab and we did the exact same thing that we had to do with our polygons, where we picked screen color to get the same kind of color that we have in our reference. And then we went to the frame change where our color change takes place and we just switched over to white. Easy peasy. You could do this stuff in your sleep. Now, last but not least, we need an actual rectangle mask to go over our text so that it's only going to show when it's moving out and it's not going to be showing when it's supposed to be behind our YouTube play button. So we just got a simple rectangle mask right here. We plugged that into our text one and we animated the center just a little bit so that you can see the side of our rectangle is staying roughly in line with the side of our YouTube play button, just like that. And this allows our text to pop out with the appearance that it's coming from behind the YouTube play button. Last but not least, we're gonna merge everything on top of a white background, then we're going to do the exact same thing, going to the frame color change, add a keyframe on white, and then go one frame over and change it to our YouTube red. And just like that, you're done. Thank you everyone so much for watching the video. A little bit of a shorter one today. If you want to support the channel, hit like, subscribe, comment, and let me know what kind of other motion graphics do you want to see on the channel. Are there styles? Are there things from movies, video games, TV? Let me know. Project files and the font are available in the description, and I'll see you in the next video.